I'd like to focus on your ancestry and African identity. I see you are globally successful and you still hold on to that African identity. How do you think creativity and culture can change or dominate the African identity around the world?
We need to be able to change the perception of what's going on the continent. Especially someone like me, a musician who traveled all over Africa, and see that we have two groups of people that are full of energy, and it's a positive energy to make change on the continent. Who are they? It's the young people, of course, even when they face poverty in small villages, in the town, in the big cities, they never drop their hands. They always go to trying to find solution, to find opportunities for their families. And this is something to really appreciate on the continent. But the other group is women, who are in the center of everything, the families, the communities. And they have the ability to be together. And we need to be together on the continent, not to be divided if we want to achieve things. And women have this ability, even when they organizing parties just in the middle of the villages or something. When they say tomorrow at that time, all of us should be down there wearing the same thing, you will see them doing that not men. But women, they can't do that. And this is a good opportunity to show that when women and young people are at the front line in politics, in economy, in culture, things change on the continent. So that, thank you, that perception, this is what we want to share with the rest of the world, because most of the people on the planet don't know exactly what's happening in Africa. And they should know that. And Africa is moving forward because of the internet, who bring people together, give more voices to people who never had voices, to talk about their businesses, to talk about their condition of life. Because of internet, people even who travel and go far away to find opportunities, they are connected to their communities and they participate. They put money on the table. They say their ideas, what should be done down there. And all of that is a very good positive energy that we want to share with the rest of the world. We are trying all our best when we play music, when we make records, when we go into the studio, when we make videos, just to highlight all of that so that Africa is shining. Africa is not a continent which is still here begging and trying and saying, please help us. We can't help the world.
We can.
We have all the resources. We have all the people who are really keen to make their creativity at the front line. And this is what we want to share with the rest of the world, to change the perception of people about Africa.
I totally agree, sir. And that's why we are becoming unstoppable. Because people like you are showing and leading the path and showing us that it can be done. And you can create a voice from nothing, right? And become a global voice that can stand. I'm a good example of that. The reason I'm on this stage today is because I was a photographer and it created a voice for me. And now I'm here to discuss with someone like you. And I think back in the day, I would never think creative people had any business with policy, politics, and other things. But these things guide how everything happens. As an advocate for the sector, which is trying to bridge the gap in between talent financing and, of course, law, the legal side of things. What do you think? What policies? Thank you. What policies do you think we can have? What kind of policy makers do you think we can collaborate with? Or if you have any policy ideas that you can share, what do you have in mind for that?
From my side, like an artist, I was saying yesterday to my sister, who just have been talking to her guests, that in the artistical side, at the first point, we should be together. If we are divided, we are not strong. I just point my finger on, if like a musician, when I write a song, right now, It's not like it used to be. I want to share it with the rest of the world because the song have a meaning for my community, for my country, for my continent, but have a meaning for the rest of the planet also. So to be able to do that, I need to share the stage with all the people who are in the different field of the culture. She is stylist. She can make the clothes. She can choose the jewelries. She can choose the kind of images that we want to share with the rest of the world. Someone else can come and say, I can make the setup, for example, because everything have a meaning when it comes to the culture. But now it's not just the culture. It's me, Baaba Maal, like musicians. It's the people, the Minister of Culture of Senegal, for example, or Mali, or somewhere else in Africa. It's the administration who should know that now we are talking business. Because whatever you do, you have to think about how to sell it and how to make a profit from it, to bring it back to help the creativity. Because it's really important to know that if you go so far into the business and leave behind the creativity, we will not be touching the soul of people. That we will not be able to do something that can stay forever and have a meaning. So to find the right balance between the creativity and the business itself is really important for Africa right now. But it's not, when it comes to the culture, it's not about the musicians, about the designers or the comedians. It's about everyone who think that culture and other part of our life, all of them have a meaning to make something really great to happen. We have all the elements to make Africa great, Africa a place that you can't stop the development, to make Africa the future. Everyone is saying Africa is the future. We have to make Africa the future.
I agree, and I believe the future is now. Who's with me on that? The future is now for Africa. I think I really love what you said, but I'm thinking of things from the perspective of creating something from nothing. And we're looking at the value chain of what a person like you talked about stylists, you talked about set design, the amount of, when it comes to job creation, just by supporting one artist. Can you give us a charge? Talk to the people, talk to the government, private sector. What would you tell them? How best do you think we can make this, make the world understand the importance of one artist becoming a global sensation, changing lives, and creating jobs?
I think they should highlight what these artists are doing on the continent. And every single thing that we do is an example for the young generation, because they are looking at us like people who, I come from a small town or a village, and I make myself travel all over Africa and to arrive at this point now. I can pick up the example of the music of Black Panther. When they approached me and they say, we want to be working with you. I say, I have my studio. It's a small studio down there in Dakar. And maybe 70% of the percussions, all the music that people hear in the movie, comes from that studio. Wow. So that means everything is possible in Africa. So we need our governments. We need our governments just to highlight these things and to show to the young people that you can stay at home. We give you all the opportunities. We help you to show yourself. We support you, and you can do something that can shine in the rest of the world. It's possible, you know. And it's not just for Baaba Maal, it's for all young people. And we need an example like that just to make things to be perceived like Africa can play again its role.
Thank you so much, Mr. Baaba Maal. We're out of time. And thank you so much to the Global Business Africa Initiative. Unstoppable Africa, we are here. Thank you so much. Thank you.